Hello audience. Today I'm going to share you some insights on my recent project of data analysis, that is analyzing the impact of car features on price and profitability. These points we are going to go through on our presentation. If we talk about the project description, this project is evolving around the car industry. From the title itself, we can guess that this project aims to provide some useful insights from the data so that it can assist the manufacturers in building a most efficient profit and pricing and product development strategies. These are all the tasks that we are going to perform on this project. First four tasks is related to the analysis and next five is all about building our interactive dashboard. Tech stack which I used in this particular project was Excel and PowerPoint. In Excel, I did data cleaning, analyzing, visualization, and creating a dashboard. For, for presentation part, I use PowerPoint. If you talk about the approach I used in this project was understanding the data set, then cleaning it for further analysis, analyzing it, and converting the useful insights into visualization such as graphs and tables. Let's first start with understanding the data. This is the what our data looks like. It has around 11,000 rows and 16 columns. Duplicate values we found is to 715. Blank cells, if you talk about blank cells, there are many blank cells for each columns, but these four columns which we can see on the screen, these four columns have the highest level of blank cells, which we are going to remove in further process. If we talk about abnormal data point, I also find that there are two kind of abnormal data point in this data. First was NA and second was unknown. We're going to deal with it in the further analysis. This is all the data description that we have to go through in order to understand the data in a much better way. Next, we are going to go through data cleaning. First, we removed all the null values by dropping the whole rows as there were not much null values. Second, we delete the duplicate rows. We found 715 rows which is duplicate and remove all of them with the data type option. Then I add $sign to MSRP values as it is rupees. Correct the formatting of each column. Then I correct the formattings in order to have a better effective presentation of data. Then I replace all the unknown values with the automatic. Unknown values, you can say, in the transmission type column, there was a particular, there were cells which have the value called as unknown. I replace it with automatic because automatic have the highest frequency in the data. We can see from this chart itself. And as we see earlier, in transmission type, the unknown values are less, so we can easily replace it with the automatic. Next, we are going to go through insights. Before that, let me show you working of Excel. This was our raw data, and after cleaning, this is what it become. It's more cleaned, more organized, you can say. Let's start with our task. So first task was popularity of a car among different market category. So we have to find out the popularities among different car categories. For that, I created a pivot table with it because it is easy to calculate average of population through this and count also. Then I converted into visuals of graphs, and here we can see that hatchback and flex fuels have the highest popularity while their count is very low. If we talk about the count itself, the crossover have the highest count. Like they are not similar. It's not like they have positive relation. All the popular category do not necessarily have a highest count. So availability is much more of a crossover than the flex fuel. Next, one more thing we can observe from this chart is that all the categories which are have a less count or less popularity are all the luxury items. You can see the categories are luxury, and so we can say that luxury items are less popular among crowd. Our next task was establish a relationship between a car's engine power and its price. So from here we can see that in this graph there was a scatter plot. We can clearly see that there is a positive relationship. As the engine power increases of a car, so does the price of it. How I calculated it? So first, as you know that with pivot table, we cannot make a scatter chart or bubble chart. So I just copy paste it from the raw data and then convert into visuals. Our next task was finding out the significant car features which are affecting its price. So for this we have to find coefficient of each variables, which we can see over here. These are all the features of the car and we have to find out their coefficient. However, we know that for these four variables, they were not in numerical form. They were in text form and I have to convert it into numerical form for the coefficient analysis. So what did I did? I just first copied from the clean data and then I assign each of them a number, specific number. Then with this VLOOKUP formula, I just convert it into a numerical form so that we can do a further analysis with the coefficient part. Then I copy paste it over here with the special paste. And for the data analysis, the regression analysis we use, in the data tab, we can say that there is a data analysis option. With this, like we have to regression. We click it, and we have to put input y range. Input y range denote the variable which is dependent. So in this case, our price MSRP is the dependent variable. So we will just simply select it, and for the x range which were independent variable, we select all of these variables. Then we'll select label and output range. For output range, you can select any of this column and all of your analysis will be drawn over there. With the OK button, you can do that. So this was a simple option. Now I converted this data into visuals of graph. With this bar graph, we can see clearly that engine cylinders have the highest coefficient, which means have a higher relationship with the price. It significantly influenced it. Then if we talk about our next task, which was the average price of car among different manufacturers. So we have to calculate the average price of car among different manufacturers. So from the chart, we can clearly see that Bugatti is having the highest average price, whereas Plymouth has the lowest. So let's go back to the sheet and we can see from here that with the help of pivot table, I first calculated the average MSRP per brand. Then I, with the option of the value filter, I calculated top 10 over here, and these are the top 10 manufacturers which have the highest average price, and these are the lowest bottom top 10. With the pivot table, I also calculated the overall for better insights. Let's go to our next task. Now our next task was building a relationship between the fuel efficiency and the number of cylinders in a car's engine. So from the chart itself we can see that the line chart is showing that there is a decreasing trend. So as the engine cylinders is increasing, the highway mpg is decreasing. That means as the cylinders increase, the power increase, the fuel efficiency decreases. So it has a negative relationship. We can also calculate a correlation of minus 0.72. How I calculated? Let's quickly see it. So with the help of a Corel function, I calculate the correlation, and with pivot table I calculate the average highway MPG and then convert it into a line chart, and this is a scatter chart. So this was all about the analysis part. Now going back to the dashboard. We have to create an interactive dashboard. For that, let's go for our first task, which was distribution of car prices by brand and body type. So we have to calculate distribution of car prices by brand and body type. So I first calculated it with the help of obviously pivot table. I calculated average price of each combination, then build a visual of this. I also added a slicer for better insights interaction. Next was to calculate average MSRP across different cars, brand and body style. So here you can see it. If we talk about the insight we gathered from it, so from stacked column chart we gathered the information that body style of Chevette contributes the most to the car's price. So this lot has the highest contribution to the price as have the higher variety of body type. And if talk about this slide or this graph, we can clearly see that the Bugatti's coupe style have the highest influence on the price, have highest contribution, and the convertible style of Maybach also have a higher number of average car price. This one. Our next task was establishing a relationship between MSRP and transmission type. So the relationship between the price and the transmission type, we can clearly see it in the scatter chart. From the chart, it is obvious that automated convertible and automated manual coupe are highly contributing in MSRP. This was the average MSRP I calculated, and in order to make a scatter chart, I used the direct direct data. And this is the relationship between MSRP and transmission type. Our next task was fuel efficiency over time. You have to find out the fuel efficiency over time. The mentioned line chart shows that as time passes, the fuel efficiency also improved. You can clearly say that with the time, the fuel efficiency is also increasing. And the calculation part, if I talk about that, with the pivot table helps, I calculated average highway and converted it into a line chart. Also uses it to calculate the average MSRP for each combination of model with the body style and the year. Next was relationship between the engine HP, MPG and price of cars. So with this bubble chart we can see that with high engine HP also have high price, and cars with high highway MPG are less in price. You can see that as the engine HP is increasing, so does the price of the car is also increasing. With the lowest engine HP and highest highway MPG, the price is low. This is the dashboard I created from all the charts. If we go to the dashboard, this was the dashboard, and because it was interactive, so we can select and can easily get insights of a particular year or maker or transmission type. As this two chart is not created out of a pivot table, so it's not related to this slicer and hence cannot be changed. So that's now it's turn to find out the result. What the result we get from all of these insights. So first, the coupe body style has the highest MSRP contribution. You can see it clearly from all the insights that coupe body style has the highest contribution. Second, a single car with both automated and manual gear system will give more advantage than one gear system. Hence, the gearbox type automated manual has a significant impact. Next, enable the bulk of the class to afford a car. Companies must create cars with high or at least good fuel efficiency. So as we can see that as the fuel efficiency increasing, the popularity increases, the price increases. So to maintain that demand, the manufacturer have to do that. Overall, elements of the coupe body's shape and fuel efficiency have a significant impact on the cost and profitability of the car. And here I provided a link to my Excel sheet so that whoever is seeing this presentation can get a direct link to working file. That was all about it and all from my side. Thank you.